If you know me already, you will be very aware that breathing is something that I talk about so much and take such a big interest in. So my relationship with breathing, just to put it into a bit of context for you, I guess started when I was doing Pilates kind of years and years ago, how depending on how you breathe can make a difference to your movement. So I went to classes, I then did my training, it became a bit more apparent, I learnt a little bit more about like how we breathe in terms of the anatomy, why is it so important and everything. And then the biggest aha moment I had was when I learnt to free dive. So free diving is diving, I'm going to say deep because that's the most fun, holding your breath. You don't have like a scuba tank or anything like that. Oh my gosh, the feeling of freedom that you can get from your breath is just amazing. So I learnt by using my breath, by relaxing or by using my breath to relax, to dive to 40 meters deep on one breath. That is ridiculous. I can't even put that into context as to how big that is or like how far that is. My brain doesn't work like that. But it's far. So that's like 80 meters on one breath. Pulling yourself down on a rope. I think I did that one. The way that we breathe can have such a profound effect on our health. So there is so much literature out there as to how we breathe can affect things like our blood pressure, how it can affect aches and pains, how it can affect illnesses, allergies, your libido, how it can have an effect on anxiety levels. So many things. Like the list is pretty much, I'd say, any illness you have, there is something to do with your breath in there. But no one talks about it. I'm going to run through just a couple of exercises with you today that are just going to introduce you to your breathing. I may well do another video at some point that takes it a little bit deeper. So sit, lie down, be comfortable. I want you to be able to sit with a tall spine if you're sitting. I really like crossed legs. If you're on a chair, just feet flat. Up tall, sit on your knobbly sit bones. Close your eyes for a second and just check in with your breath. So by checking in with your breath, I mean maybe the sound of your breath or the movement of the air, noticing as the air comes in and the air moves out. Maybe the temperature, so the cool air as you breathe in and the warm air as you breathe out. Maybe the feeling, so the movement of your ribs, your belly, your shoulders. Just notice what happens as you breathe in and out within your body. And then just come back to the room. Rest your hands on your lower belly. Really soft. No kind of gripping of your fingers, just let your fingers rest there. We want to send your breath nice and low so that your belly starts to move for step one. So just gentle breaths in. Feel your belly pushing out into your hands. And then as you breathe out, your belly sinks. You breathe in, your belly raises. You breathe out, your belly sinks. Breathing in. And breathing out. keep going with that. I'm going to keep talking to you. So what a lot of us do is breathe into this top part of our chest. And as we breathe in, our shoulders come up. And as we breathe out, our shoulders sink. If you've got neck and shoulder tension, discomfort, pain, I promise you that is not going to help. Those muscles are constantly working. They've got so much to lift up. If you can keep your breath low and slow, your shoulders get to stay soft. It's a really good one to do in front of the mirror because you can notice kind of where you're breathing into. So start by breathing into your belly. If you can, breathe in and out through your nose. It acts as like a little filter, gets any air particles out of the, not air particles, you need those, any like dust particles, anything that shouldn't be going into you gets caught on those nasal hairs. There's also lots of research that nasal breathing helps to chill you out, brings you into your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest. So once you have got that breath into your belly, we want to see if we can get your ribs working a little bit more. So you could go backs of your hands on your rib cage or palms. And this time as you breathe in, your rib cage is going to open wide. So I always think of it like some wings opening out. And then as you breathe out, it softens. If you watch my hands, you'll notice how my ribs open wide. And then you breathe into your belly to your ribs, all in one breath. So you breathe in here, and then out from your ribs to your belly. Breathe into your lower belly and then into your ribs. And then out. Couple more breaths like this. One more deep breath. And soften. And then release your arms. Keep going with those. The video that you got last week gave you a couple of exercises to get your ribs open, get your shoulders moving. Sometimes doing that first can help to come to this. I'm going to give you one last really good exercise to balance out both sides of your brain. Let me come a little bit closer. So, it's all about breathing in and out through your nose. Use your thumb to cover one nostril. 2 fingers can just rest on your forehead, and then your ring finger will be used for the other nostril. You don't need these 2 fingers here. You can just use 2 fingers. I tend to do this, it just feels a bit more grounding. You're going to breathe in through one side. Cover that side. Breathe out through the other side. Breathe in through the same side. Cover that nostril. Breathe out through the other side. And again, breathing in. And out through the other side. Keep going like that. Use pretty much what you're doing, you keep going, I'm going to talk, is balancing out each side of your brain by alternating the side that you breathe into. Let me know how you get on with those. We do lots of different breathing bits in the Pilates tribe, or if you work with me one-to-one, we can work on your breathing, getting your ribs open, so that you can take that deeper breath. Have the best day. Don't forget how amazing you are. Lots of love.